So we're recording from inside the trailer for a reason.
We're at Inverhuron Provincial Park. It's our first trip to this park, and we'll give the overall impression, but I think generally very favorable.
Despite it being one of the coldest weeks in May on record.
This is our first, there's some firsts on this trip. It's our first visit to Inverhuron Provincial Park. It's our first trip in the month of May. We've never done that. It's our first trip in the second season for our Alto. We have some new innovations that we're trying out, the most magical of which is the LevelMate Pro Plus, which made setting up absolutely brilliant, very easy.
It was.
There's probably a few other things. I guess we, first time we cooked inside, we arrived on the Monday of the May 24, and it was sunny, we'll say that.
Yep.
But chilly.
Chilly, yeah.
And it has remained cold, and we had a nice sunny day on Tuesday.
And it was relatively warm on Tuesday. It was about what I would expect in May.
Sure. 14 degrees I think it got up to at some point, but you know, that's the very warmest that it got late in the afternoon. So it helped to be out in the sun. And we were also hiking, and that, you know, kept a little warmer that way.
Yeah.
But Wednesday morning, it was overcast. From Wednesday afternoon all through Thursday. No campfires this time.
No.
Very little activity outside. But
we discovered that we can live quite happily in the trailer. The furnace works well. Eating inside is comfortable. Yeah.
So that all worked out. I guess using the furnace more or less all the time, that's also a first. I think we did try using the furnace at Awenda, our first real trip, other than the shakedown, and that didn't go great because we had CO monitor
well, we were
issues,
running the
right?
furnace on electrical this time.
Right. So we're running it on electric. So Inverhuron Provincial Park. We are staying at the Gunpoint campground, which is right out by the water. We're on Site 64, which is almost as close as you can get to a water view. There's a nice bit of forest and and a little trail, and then out to the rocks where you can see Lake Huron.
We can certainly hear the water.
We can hear the water. It's sounding blustery today. There's beautiful sunsets. We'll probably show a picture of a sunset in the video so you get a sense. But yeah, love Lake Huron. Blue water is gorgeous and cold this time of year. There is a great beach. We didn't spend any time on it.
We looked at it.
We looked at it because it was raining and also cold. But it's a beautiful sandy beach. You walk over some dunes to get to it.
And I also, on the point itself, there's a lot of rocky shoreline that's kind of smooth, flat rocks. So of course we didn't get a chance to try swimming off of them, but I'd be interested to know what that's like. It looks quite doable.
Later in the season.
Yeah, and you know, from where we are in Gunpoint, it would be an easy walk if we wanted to kind of sit out by the water on the rocks and swim there, whereas going to the beach is a drive.
Right. So in terms of sites that we liked, 64, we're on 64. It's been a great site. Its privacy is excellent, and close to the chain trail, which goes around the perimeter of the park.
And has some sunny spots and some shady spots, right?
Right. And we appreciated the sunny spots on Tuesday.
On Tuesday when we had sun.
When there was any. So
we briefly got to sit out in our chairs.
Very briefly on Monday afternoon. The park is very well appointed for, you know, not a huge park. everything is in great condition, very well maintained. We have some, there are kaibos.
Yep.
And also small comfort stations with fully plumbed toilets, sinks, mirrors, hand dryers, soap, the whole bit.
But even the kaibos have private sinks and soap.
Right. So pretty modern as provincial park stuff goes, and very well maintained. The camp roads are all in great condition.
And we've seen it, like we've had a lot of rain, and there really isn't a lot of puddling. There's none. I haven't seen any on the campsites.
Right.
And very little on the roads.
We noticed that, haven't used it yet, but we're about to. There are 2 lanes for dumping, and the dumping and the fill are in different spots. So you fill on the way in and dump on the way out, so less lining up, which is quite nice.
Yep.
The staff take care of the park. We've noticed that when a site gets vacated, somebody from the park comes around
Immediately
and takes a little look and checks that everything is in good condition for the next people coming in.
Yeah.
So, nice park. Happy to come back.
Trail was nice. It was interesting. We did the
Chain trail.
We have not done the river. What is it called? The river trail.
River trail.
Which is something. If we come back, we would definitely want to try out.
We also went on the Maloney Trail extension, which is a loop off of the chain trail, and that was it was a little different, right? The feel of the trail was different and a little nice. The other thing that we have inside the park that we had a look at, which was really interesting, is there is a pioneer cemetery.
Yeah.
And so there's some grave markers there that go back into the mid 1800s. So very early. There's some stuff you can't even make out. And interestingly, there are pretty modern graves there. So it's obviously still actively in use. Lots of Scottish families, by the look of it, who settled the area, I guess, and still continue to use that cemetery. So, and that was also very interesting to see. One of the things that's pretty nice about the park is it's close to various places that you can go when it's cold and rainy.
Yes. Like there's an excellent museum in Southampton. And also a really great house type museum in Kincardine, but it's not all just a furniture. Here's a room set up as as it would have been in this time, and here's another bedroom, and it's not like that. They've used the bedrooms each with a different
sort of a
theme of history, so like industry or military or clothing, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's very well done. It's interesting. And there's some nice shops and restaurants around, and in nice weather. Of course, so many of the places have beautiful patios overlooking the water.
Right. Which would be nice, like you say, as you say, in nice weather. So we saw a couple of nice sites. There's one a little bit down the road from us, which we quite liked. It actually has a water view. You can see clear through to the water at the back of the site, which was really nice. And we saw another site in the Holmes Bay campground, which seemed like it was a nice big site with a real long driveway. So it would be great for privacy that way, and it had its own sort of little access to the chain trail, which would be nice for getting out and about
and getting down to the rocks on the water and that sort of thing.
Yeah, for sure. One thing to be cognizant of in this park is the shore power posts. So they put them out by the road, so depending on which side of the post you're on, it's either pretty close to where you'd put the back of your trailer,
or very far
from the front of your trailer. We actually had to go into town. We weren't anticipating this properly. So we had there's the 10-meter shore power cord that attaches to the trailer, and we had a 15-meter extension, and we ended up buying another 15-meter extension, and we needed almost all of that. Pretty much 40, a good 40 meters anyway of power cord. And so that's something to be aware of if you're coming to this park, because you don't know sometimes where the shore power post is going to be. So that was one of the provisos.
The other thing I would comment on is the self service here is
excellent.
Yeah.
We're right next to. So what are some of the things that we did in town? We mentioned there's the museums. There were a couple of breweries that we poked our nose in, and
we're talking
nice
Southampton and Kincardine, which are on either side of the north and south.
And also Port Elgin. So there's the Lord Elgin Fish and Chips of ancient lore,
which we didn't go to this time.
Not this time,
but we have been there before.
And we also stopped in at the Bruce Power Visitor Center, which is right next door to the park here, and that was interesting, nerdy engineering stuff and corporate propaganda all wrapped up.
Yeah. But we learned things.
We learned lots of useful stuff. So all in all, if you're in this part of the province, great place to stop in.
Also, if you're really against nuclear power and you're in this part of the country, keep your mouth shut.
Because everybody around here works for Bruce Power. So, don't poop where you eat.
Yep. Anything else about the park? We'd come again, for sure.
We'd come again, absolutely.
Want to come again.
Yeah.
In warmer weather.
And I guess, well, here's another thing about camping this time of year. So we came prepared for horrifying levels of mosquitoes. And because it is late May. And I guess because of the cold, and maybe because of the wet, hard to say, no mosquitoes.
Right.
I'm not sure that I saw a mosquito the whole time. We certainly didn't use any bug spray.
No.
Didn't use our fancy mosquito netting clothing or any of that. But lots of, I don't know what kind of bugs they are. They look like little mosquitoes. They're sort of mosquito shaped, but they're small and they act like no-see-ums.
Yeah.
They just swarm around and don't bother you. But if you have a wet surface anywhere, they're likely to get glued to it somehow.
Yes.
So you'll find them around a lot, but they don't bother you. So there it is, Inverhuron Provincial Park. First trip of our second season with the Alto.
2025.
And we lived to tell the tale.